We are out here again with yet another body that the camera consumer market would consider to be obsolete, and I'm just here to disagree and ramble on about it for 10 minutes, and I hope you can agree with me, or not, but we have the A99. This looks like our good photo spot. Plop our tripod right there and see if we can create some magic. Out here looking like a rookie with my tripod backwards. Ow, shirt. I don't care, I'm gonna use it. One thing I like about the Sony, especially this generation, is that they had this weird obsession with making their screens as wonky as possible, but I'm here for it. And then they kind of abandoned that throughout their teen years with the A7s when they went up and they went down, side to side. It's just so nice. This reminds me of like the Sony FZ828, I believe that's what they're called, where they're like, hey, let's not make the screen move, let's rotate the entire body. They should go back to that, if you ask me. Either way, this is a cool design. I'm done rambling. So joking aside with the screen, Sony gave us the option of vlog before we even knew that we wanted it. And that's just one thing that the A99 had over its competitors of the same era. Oh, like the A99 has what hypebeasts and camera nerds would both agree on are industry standards for cameras today, which are 24 megapixels and a full frame sensor. So that's it. That's the whole video. See you next time. No, but seriously, this A99 that came out almost a decade ago has some pretty modern specs, especially when compared to the flagship DSLRs that came out around the same time. And just know that this isn't a DSLR, and if you call it one, then you're gonna get bricked by a Sony fanboy. So why did I buy the A99? Well, it's not because of its crazy video specs or lack thereof. Autofocus, which is good, by the way. I mean, it's not leading class when compared to anything of today, or the Hunchback of Notre Dame style body that Kai was complaining about. I just really like Minolta lenses. And of course, Zeiss is up there with it, but the beer can collection from Minolta is one of my favorites, and I just wanted to adapt them live using an A mount. All right, let us do some more exploring before we go back to my house and talk about the A99. Oh man. Well, they put graffiti here, they might as well put some stairs, right? While they're at it, maybe an Arby's and a Family Dollar, Dollar General, McDonald's, Popeyes, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A. All right, I'll stop, I'll shut up.
I feel like I might just park it there. Not there, but back further. But I think I can get through that puddle, and I think the rest will be fine.
That dam is just like holding the roadway together.
I know, seriously.
That's impressive. At the front of this video, I made a pretty bold claim by saying that this decade-old camera can do things that newer options in the market could only dream of. Did I actually say that? I don't know. It's impossible to check, so we just have to take my word for it, right? And is this at all true? Well, let's look at it this way. Let's say there's a kids karate class and I go in on sparring day and I leave 15-0 undefeated champion, right? Now you're probably saying, Matt, you beat kids. I don't beat kids. That's not the best analogy. Think of it this, okay. Say you have $400 to $600 to your name and you want to start out photography. Now, your two options generally are get a brand new entry-level camera on the market with 4K, nice and shiny buzzword specs, although a plastic body and light on the creativity, right? Or you can go a decade back and get a magnesium brick body alloy flagship camera like the a99. Now, which one is the right one to choose? And I hate to be this guy, but it's all dependent on your needs and wants. And if you don't need a brand new body with 4K or more present oriented, and you're looking for a more solid professional looking and feeling body, a camera like this old brick might be for you. Now, joking aside, the a99 is absolutely solid everywhere you need it. It's the jack of all trades, and on today's market, it's really the master of none. But it does everything good. And if we work our way outside in, you'll understand what I mean. Again, we're talking about a magnesium alloy weather-sealed body with a tilting, swiveling, and articulating free roam screen that gives you more options than Grand Theft Auto 5, a well thought out and highly customizable button layout with a nipple on the front that you can also use to tweak and twack your focus systems, dual stereo audio, which we don't really use because we like to use mics as professionals, right? A viewfinder with a 100% ratio. You can tell it was an expensive flagship camera in its heyday, and it still feels great now. And if we look at the internals, starting with the dual SD card slots, because we know if you only shoot with one, it means you suck, you shouldn't be taking pictures, get out of here. This has two of those, because all pro cameras have to have two, otherwise, why even bother, right? It has a nice autofocus system, dual phase at that, which is better than current options. You might even see it on my videos and complain, and I'm right there with you because I use Panasonic contrast-based systems that no matter how many updates they do, they always seem to be unreliable. This isn't that, and it's also not leading class by any means, especially with the new tech out there that has eye and animal eye tracking. This does the job and it locks on well. Not to mention this shoots 6 frames per second in continuous, so it makes it a good sports and wildlife camera if you need to. And this last pro leads into my cons because it's a double-edged sword. It's the Minolta A mount. So you have a wide selection of lenses spanning from Minolta beer cans to the more current Zeiss A mount Alliance options on the market to choose from. Also expect any A mount lenses to be very affordable when compared to its other predecessors on the market out there. So if you're needing to kit out a camera with sharp, punchy lenses and enjoy great photo quality, this is a good option. Having said that, my first con with the A99 today is that it's an A mount, a dead system. So don't expect to be any maintenance for a camera like this, updates on its lens heritage, or any general support when shooting on the A99 really, unless it's from weird micro YouTubers like myself. Also, the camera's a bit big, all things considered, so if you're looking to be discreet or use this for street photography, you can't really jam it in your jogging pants. So if you're into hybrid shooting or video-centric, this might not be the best option for you. Yes, it has a mic jack with an HDMI port. You can kit and rig it out to your liking, and also have the ability to have good autofocus while still in video, another thing that cameras of the era really didn't have. It's actually sounding more like a pretty solid hybrid camera now that I think of it. There's no 4K, and the full HD bitrate is somewhat low, all things considered, especially when compared to cameras of today. What I'm trying to say is that video specs in modern cameras are what really took off, but the photography side of things, in my opinion, has somewhat plateaued. So this isn't the best option when it comes to video on the market today. But if we're talking solely photography, this is an absolute beast of a camera, and I would consider it. Now, yes, it might be a dead system, but it's an A mount camera, which means that you have a wide selection of lenses to choose from. And later down the road, say you want to go to the Sony E mount, you can buy an adapter and you can use those old glasses on that system too. So it's not really a step back if you were to move from an A to an E system. You can keep some of your lenses with autofocus, albeit not the best, especially when compared to modern E mount cameras, but it's workable in my opinion. And even if it's not, it'll just make you a better photographer at rack focusing, right? So you might learn something at the end of your experience if you buy the A99. It's an A+ camera to me. I don't beat kids. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you for watching me ramble about another camera. Sub to the channel and find me on Instagram at Matt'sNotes. See you later. Oh yeah, I love you.